I've definitely seen over the last 2 years, 3 years, let's call it 3 years. Basically, since the pandemic, the market for junk removal has exploded. Tons of people have gotten into junk removal. And there's a couple contributing factors, right? There's a low barrier to entry. Anybody with a fucking truck and a trailer and a good attitude can get into junk removal. And then once you're in junk removal, money starts coming, right? You're like, oh, this is easy, some would say, right? It's simple to make money when you're just banging out jobs. The other thing that happened is the housing market was strong, so there was more and more people that needed jobs done now, and they're willing to pay for it. The problem is the housing market started to slow down after Q2 of 2022, and more people got into the housing market. So now we have a surplus of junk removal companies and a deficit of the jobs that we had in 2021 and 2022. So I see more and more people on Facebook like, oh, like this is a better way of doing it, or like, everything was going smooth and now it's difficult. It's like, well, yeah, you fucking came in when it was going well, and now you don't know what to do when it's not going well. Well, my first question is, what did you do to make it go right? If you didn't know that answer, you gotta document that. Where'd you get your customers from? What were the best types of jobs? What was your best fit for your employees or your equipment? I see more and more now are struggling. Right now it's March of 2023. People are struggling, they don't know where to start. I've been doing this 14 years, so I've seen the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows. The fact of the matter is, when you got in, you gotta document what you're doing, what's working. You gotta come up with systematic, thorough, repeatable processes that not only you can do, but your employees can do. So whether that's scrapping or warehousing or the way you treat customers, everything has to be repeatable. If it's business that's reliant on you and your strong work ethic and your ability to bang jobs, you're not gonna be able to scale. And when times get tough, you're gonna have to work twice as long, twice as hard to get the same amount of fucking revenue. And then your margins are gonna shrink. You're gonna have shit to fall back on like scrap. When I started in this industry, I started by doing jobs, they weren't even fucking jobs. Driving around the north side of Milwaukee, picking up scrap on the side of the road. And so when I see people on Facebook, they're like, oh yeah, I did this job for free, there was a bunch of metal. Man, I got nothing but love for those guys. It's like, man, you started it, you figured it out. Those guys got a better chance of sticking around than the guys that get paid for every fucking job, because those guys know how to make a buck even when you don't get paid on the front end. You figure out the back end of this business, you'll always get fucking paid. I started in this hustle in 2009 when the economy was shit, and I figured out how to get paid without people paying me to pick shit up. So then, when people started paying me to pick shit up, it was all gravy. I was able to build a fucking business and an empire off of it. And I'm in love with it. I'm in love with scrapping. I'm in love with talking to the guys about jobs and banging jobs and how do we scrap, how do we recycle, how do we keep more things out of landfill. If you're only doing this to get paid because you think the money's fucking easy, that's fine. Easy come, easy fucking go. Let me tell you what I do fucking know. Chapter 4 or 5, I don't know. One of the fucking chapters in my book is about my favorite 4-letter word, work. It ain't fuck, close second, it's work. Because the thing is, for everybody that's like, oh, this is the way you gotta do it, or this is the way you can do it in this hustle when it comes to junk removal, man, it's like anything else in life. You gotta put the fucking work in, and the truth will come out. In time, you'll figure out the best way of doing shit by putting the fucking work in.
Yeah. Unless you want to work 40 hours a week.
If you watch every fucking piece of content I've ever put out and you don't put the fucking work in, it's useless. And for everyone that's like, I got the best system, give me $1,000, I'm gonna teach you how to run your fucking junk roll business that's 100% repeatable every time. Good fucking luck, Jack. You gotta fucking implement it. Even when you buy a process from somebody else that's worked for them, you gotta follow the process, then you gotta tweak the fucking process, and you gotta put the fucking work in. It takes 100 fucking jobs in junk removal before you know your ass from a hole in the wall. It takes 1,000 fucking jobs before you got enough trend to understand what the hell you did those first 100 fucking jobs. You gotta put the fucking work in. If you don't put the work in, you're gonna keep searching and looking and watching other people and say, I should have had this, or why isn't my business that way? Because you don't know your business. Take the processes, take everything you learn from myself and all the other YouTube creators, all these other people, take all the best of it and implement it. But if you think you can take one process and 100% of the time it's gonna work, you're fucking lying to yourself. I mean, 14 years I've been doing this, and earlier we were deciding where do we want to put a bin or a bucket, because we're constantly improving our finding position. Hey Ryan, how long you been doing this?
2.5 years now, I think.
Sounds about right. What'd you learn different today that you didn't know yesterday? People that watch this YouTube channel probably think I sit on scrap all day. I scrap like 2 or 3 hours a week while I'm shooting content. That's my time to double dip.
You double dipped the chip.
This is my favorite place to my brain is at ease. I can scrap and take things apart and enjoy life. The rest of the day, I'm humping, running a junk removal company. You gotta be able to do all the aspects, all the phases. Whether it's going out doing networking events, meeting with marketing companies, doing one-on-ones, answering the phone, figuring out the schedule, dispatching truck, remedy any errors that we make. Like all these different things to a junk removal company. A lot of people are like, you gotta do these 5 things. There's 100 fucking things to do every day.